Hello and welcome back, or welcome. I am Book Lover Lorna and today we're talking books I want to read this autumn, which comes from the inspiration of books I want to read this fall from Hayley in Bookland, because I've been watching a lot of BookTube recently and I was like, do you know what? I want to do that video. Now, I then came to realise that I don't really have many autumnal books. I've got so many summer books, but not really any autumnal ones, like spooky ones. So obviously that's an issue, but I've got a lot of unread books to read, so I can't go and buy more just so that I can read like spooky season books. And I would love to read some spooky season books. So maybe I'll save that for next year. Next year we'll be reading spooky season books. Spooky season. I'm so excited about October and Halloween that I just want to say spooky season all the time. Now, there are some books in this which are not really autumnal, but let's just roll with it. These are books that I want to read, just kind of, they're either appropriate for this time or I just want to read them soon. So I've put them in this video, so I do apologise for that. Never mind, we move on. Let's start with the books that are not really that apt for this time of year. We'll get through those quickly. So we have The Wonder by Emma Donoghue. Now the reason I've chosen this one is because the cover is autumnal. Now I don't think the book is, but I just think these little leafy leaves, it just kind of looks, you know, a little bit of autumnal colours in there. So we've gone with this one. Now The Wonder is about this woman who doesn't eat, and people are like, well, you know, how is she living then? How is this a thing? And then this person gets really kind of, you know, up in a grill, I think this is the story, to try and figure out, you know, what's going on. Is it actually that she's not eating? Is she secretly eating? So we'll see. I don't really know what kind of book this fits in. What genre? Do you know what I mean? What kind of genre this book fits in, that's the right word. It says it asks what lengths we go to for the love of a child. Now, I mean, that's kind of similar, it's a completely different book obviously, to The Room, which I really loved. And it wasn't called The Room, sorry. Which I loved by Emma Donoghue, which was about, I mean, you've probably all heard of it, I don't know, or seen it at least. It's got a film adaptation. It's about this woman who is kidnapped and she's locked in a singular room, and she has this little boy and everything, and she tries to make this life in this room. She's literally not allowed out of the room. She's held captive with this little boy, and it's about what happens there. So I don't think it's going to be similar, but it's by the same author and I really loved Room. So hopefully I will love The Wonder. Now, another book that I will be reading this autumn, but is not autumnal at all, and not my usual style of book, is At Middleton, First Man In, Leading from the Front. This is a book that I have been lent by my friend Will. Now, he reads completely different books to me. I've got him into reading, and now every time we go shopping, he's like, oh my god, can we go to Waterstones? I'm like, ah, I have a friend who likes book shopping. So yeah, he's into completely different books to me though. He likes kind of like life motivational books, things that like, you know, get you out and motivate you to make money, to get up in the morning, to change your life and everything like that. And he loves, what's it called, like SAS, Who Dares Wins, is that right? I think that's the right one. I think I've never actually seen it, which he will be like, oh my god, how could you do this to me? He talks about it all the time. But he says that this book is really good. So what we're doing, I have given him a book and he's going to read that, and I'm going to read this before we next see each other. We'll next see each other at the end of November. So in that time, I need to have read this. So that will be one of my autumn reads. Not autumny at all, is it? But yeah, got to read it so I can let him know my thoughts. And then he's going to let me know his thoughts on the book that I gave him. So watch this space to see if I can read something a little bit different and actually finish it. Next is a book that I have been trying to read for what feels like this entire year and I've just never picked up. I want to kind of pick it up in the next few days. We'll see. Don't hold me to it because I can't make any promises. Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. The trouble is, I bought this, I was so excited for it. I reread all of the Hunger Games books so that when this came out I'd be able to read it straight away. And I bought it as soon as it came out. And then I saw one person say that they didn't really like it, and it's made me not want to read it. I'm so impressionable, I swear. I can't even remember what their reasons were. But yeah, I need to read this. I need to read this. So I'm making this an autumn read. It's not autumnal, neither is it spooky. I'm just going to read it this autumn. I have to. I have to. Someone has to hold me to it. Not that I'm going to read it this week, but someone has to hold me to the fact I need to read this in autumn. So, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes by Suzanne Collins. Make me read it, someone, please. Now, a book that I will be reading in the next month, so during autumn, is Secrets She Kept by Cathy. Now, I don't know how you say this. I'm going to say Gohlke. Gohlke. Cathy Gohlke. It's Gohlke. Yeah, by Cathy. By Cathy. Now, this was sent to me by Muddy Pearl Publishers. That was very nice of them. I think they're a small indie publisher based up in Scotland, I believe. And they sent this to me in exchange for a review, so I will be posting a review on this one. Probably on my Instagram, maybe on here, we'll see. I don't know what my schedule is for my books. Now, this book is about World War II and kind of previous, well, it's not, I don't think it's set in World War II. I think it's set in like current times, but it links to the past of like previous family generations, fathers and everything, being involved with the Nazi Party. So we'll see. I really enjoy like historical fiction based books, particularly ones that are set around World War II and the camps and everything. So I just find them so interesting. So hopefully I will really enjoy this. It sounds like a book that I will enjoy. So fingers crossed, I'm going to love this one. I'm quite excited to read it. Right, now we are moving towards the actual autumnal spooky season books. But what I did realise, like I said, is that I don't have like really scary books. I've read all my like psychological thrillers like earlier this year or last year. So I obviously need to go and buy some new ones. But like I said, I won't do that yet because I've got too many books to read. So I've had to kind of make do with finding things that seem a little bit creepy or they're a little bit thrillery, just to suit the mood of, you know, the great outdoors and everything. So yeah, these books are not even that accurate for the time of year, but I've tried my best. No one shout at me, I've tried. Now, first, one that I've wanted to read for ages, and actually I think this is set in winter, but it's a mystery, so I'm going to read it in autumn. Murder on the Orient Express by Agatha Christie. Now, I've never read an Agatha Christie book. I bought this because it is like the prettiest book. I literally love this. I think it's so nice. Just think of the train and the snow and everything. So that makes me think it's set in August. August. Set in August. Set in winter, around like Christmassy time. Set in August. Who do I think I am? I'm just changing the plots of books. I have seen the film for this. The film adaptation, was it last year or the year before? I want to say 2019 that the film came out. And I just saw this edition everywhere and I just was like, oh, this is amazing. Like, I really want to read it. Whoa, she's got so many books. Well, she had so many books. Look at those. Those are all Agatha Christie's books. I did not realise. I knew she had a lot of books, but that's a lot. Yeah, this edition was printed in 2017. But I feel like the film was last year, and I really enjoyed that. So I thought, you know, let's get myself another cute book for the reason that it looks cute, and read that one. So I'm going to try and read that one this autumn. Yeah, I'm going to try and read that one this autumn. Words fail me. Okay, next is Everything I Never Told You by Celeste Celeste that one. You can see it. She also wrote Little Fires Everywhere, which I've not read, but I know was incredibly popular. Now this book is about a Chinese-American family living in Ohio. They've got this daughter who they expect to fulfill all of their hopes and dreams and everything, and her body is found at the bottom of a lake. So that makes me think this one actually might be seasonally appropriate, just because of Spooktober. And obviously it's about what happens there. So I really love the cover of this book. I know I shouldn't judge them by their cover, but I just think that's a really nice cover. So yeah, I think this one will be really good. Not too big, although I have now hit my Goodreads target, so I don't really need to be reading skinny books because, you know, I could be reading big monsters of books and it wouldn't matter because I've hit my Goodreads target. But anyway, I will be reading Everything I Never Told You this autumn. I'm also planning to read Luckiest Girl Alive by Jessica Knoll. Now, this has been on my shelf for maybe like 5 years. Maybe 5 years. I didn't buy it, it was a gift, but the cover just looks so cool, and then the rest is like bright yellow. And it didn't look like it was ever my kind of book, but it looks really interesting. Now, I think it's about a woman who is approached by like a news company to give, or documentary company, to give her side of a story of something that happened while she was at school. The chilling and violent incident that took place when she was a teenager at the prestigious Bradley School. Oh, it says her perfect life is a perfect lie. Ooh, okay. So I think this might be a little bit chilling, maybe. So we'll see. I think, again, Spooktober, spooky season vibes is all in this one. But it's just been on my shelf for so long. I just want to read it. And, you know, if I love it, amazing. Found, you know, a new book, new author that I've never read before. If I don't, then it needs to come off my shelves because it's been there too long. It's been there too long. And I've just been sat there unread going, Lorna, are you ever going to read me? And me going, I don't know. You know, I don't know. Well, this autumn, I'm going to try. I'm going to try and read Luckiest Girl Alive. Now, the last book that I want to read this autumn is one... Oh, it's got a sticker on it. I wonder if I can get that off. Oh, I hate stickers on books. I'm just gonna try and peel this off now. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. Oh, guys, I've made it so bad. No. Oh. Why did I start doing this? Why don't I just leave it? Oh no. Oh, it's leaving glue behind. Oh, this is so upsetting. Oh no, I've got it. Now, another book that I want to read is one that has been on my shelf for maybe like a year or so, and I bought it when I was trying to read more, when I started trying to read more, like psychological thrillers, crime, kind of those kind of things, and get into something new. Now, it's been sat on my shelf for a long time. I don't know why I've not picked it up. Now, I don't know if it's just because of the fact it's got 2 names on the front of it, that's maybe not want to pick it up, but I've just reread the blurb, and actually I'm kind of excited to read it now. So the book is The President is Missing by Bill Clinton and James Patterson, the political thriller of the decade. Now, I dislike that. That is not a sticker. They've like made that part of the book. It just ruins the cover. Doesn't that look so much better? And they're like, bam, this bright red thing. It's unnecessary. So it says, President is missing, the world is in shock. Terrorists are planning a devastating attack, and they have help from traitors inside the White House. The only thing standing in their way is a president determined to save his people, even if it means putting himself in mortal danger. Now, that sounds quite interesting. Now that I've read that again, it's made me want to read it more. So I will try and read it this autumn. Yeah, it's quite a big boy. But I think it will be something like just a little bit different. I'll quite enjoy it, I reckon. Yeah, it's almost 500 pages worth of political thriller. But yeah, I really wanted to read this for a while. Don't know, I haven't picked it up. I don't know. It's just been sat on my shelf and I've just been like, oh, no, don't want to read it. Maybe it's because it looks really big and I was trying to read loads of books. But yeah, that is the last book that I'm going to try and read this autumn. Obviously, now I am going to be reading other books in and amongst this. I'm doing like Fairview Kindle books and everything at the moment. I'm starting to read Christmas books, which I don't know why. I'm just... reading Christmas books. I got some approved on NetGalley, so I was like, go on, let's get in the Christmas spirit. Not even finished October yet, but that's fine. I'm going to read those. I'll read some other books. I'll read some others that I've already bought recently. I'm hoping to read a lot this like October, November. We'll see. Fingers crossed. Please, 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 please pray for me that I can read a lot. I want to see, like, I think this might be my biggest reading year that I'll have. So I'm on 50 at the moment. Let's see what we can get to by the end of the year. I mean, if I could reach like 70, like, whoa, that'd be amazing. I'll never reach anything like 100. I just can't read that much. I don't have the time. I'm a busy bee. But yeah, we'll see how much we get to by the end of the year. I think this will probably be one of my biggest reading years. I wish I was the kind of person who could read like 100+ books, but you know, I have a life outside of books. How dare I? So yeah, never mind. So those are some of the books that I'm planning to read this autumn. We'll see how many of them I actually read. Do you want me to do a video saying how many I read? Let me know if you do, and we can see how successful or unsuccessful I was about my plans. We'll see. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Happy reading, and I'll see you all soon. Bye!